Far below the gleaming spires of the Imperium, where sunlight never penetrates and the air is thick with smoke and filth, lie the lowest levels of the Hive cities, a labyrinth of darkness, decay, and despair. Here, life is not just hard, it is a daily battle for survival. Endless corridors twist and turn beneath towering walls, pipes hiss and groan, and the machinery of the Hive constantly rumbles, indifferent to the suffering it generates. The poor, born into these depths, shuffle through streets choked with grime, their faces etched with exhaustion and resignation. Children, some no older than 10, bear heavy tools, scavenging scraps and working alongside adults in dangerous manufactoria, while disease, hunger, and violence lurk at every corner. The noise of distant engines and the hiss of steam vents fill the air, mixing with the cries of those too weak to endure another day. Yet, even here, there is order amid chaos, communities form, small acts of kindness endure, and faith, often in the Emperor, sometimes in superstition, offers a fragile glimmer of hope. This is a world where every breath is a struggle, every scrap of food a victory, and every day survived is a testament to the resilience of humanity in its darkest hours. In these depths, the Imperium's true cost is revealed, not in glory or conquest, but in the lives of those who toil unseen, their existence swallowed by shadow, yet stubbornly persisting against all odds. The lowest levels of the Hive are a place where the very concept of comfort has been erased. Here, life is defined by the relentless struggle against the environment itself. The walls are blackened with soot and rust, towering overhead, enclosing narrow corridors that twist and turn like the intestines of a mechanical beast. Pipes crisscross the ceilings, some leaking hot steam, others dripping corrosive chemicals into the grime-filled streets below. The air is thick, heavy with dust, smoke, and the acrid stench of industry. Breathing becomes labor, and coughing is a constant companion. Families huddle together in tiny, overcrowded dwellings, constructed from scrap metal, scavenged wood, and whatever detritus could be found in the refuse of the Hive above. There is rarely warmth, and the weak, the elderly, and the very young are left vulnerable to the diseases that thrive in these conditions. Children with hollow eyes run errands, carrying buckets of waste, hauling scrap, or selling stolen goods to survive. Hunger gnaws constantly, and meals are often scavenged from waste heaps or stolen from the unsuspecting. Water is scarce and frequently contaminated, adding another layer of danger to already fragile lives. Despite the harshness, people adapt, forming communities of mutual support, sharing food and shelter when possible, and teaching the young how to navigate the deadly streets. Survival is both a skill and a gamble, requiring vigilance and cunning at all times. The poor levels are a world apart, where humanity is reduced to its rawest form, yet even here, life endures. It is a testament to resilience, as those born into darkness cling stubbornly to existence, scraping meaning from an environment that seems designed only to crush them. In these depths, the human spirit is tested daily, revealing both the horror and persistence of those trapped far below the shining spires of the Imperium. Work in the Hive's lowest levels is ceaseless, brutal, and often lethal. From the moment dawn, or whatever faint light filters through the upper levels, creeps into the corridors, the poor rise to serve industries that consume them more than they reward. Manufactoria engines roar day and night, endless chains of machinery grinding metal, assembling weapons, and processing chemicals. Children, barely able to lift the tools of labor, join adults in this relentless cycle, their small hands already bearing the scars of lifelong toil. Scrap collectors roam hazardous alleys and vent shafts, hunting for anything of value discarded by the upper layers. Each piece is essential for survival, each misstep can mean a crushed limb or a fatal fall. The work is not just exhausting, it is a constant confrontation with danger. Sparks rain from faulty machines, toxic fumes rise from vats of chemicals, and the risk of collapse in unstable structures is ever present. Yet, despite the hardship, a rhythm develops. Laborers move in synchronized lines along the assembly belts, hauling materials, feeding machines, or shoveling refuse, their movements almost mechanical, echoing the city's own heart. This work is dictated not by choice but by necessity. Payment is rare or symbolic, often just enough to purchase a meal or a scrap of cloth. Some engage in illicit tasks, scavenging for forbidden materials, trading stolen items in shadowed corners, or serving gang lords who control sectors of the lower levels. The Hive thrives on their toil, indifferent to the injuries, sicknesses, and deaths that occur daily. Each day's labor is a testament to endurance, a reflection of the harsh reality that in the Imperium, survival is inseparable from sacrifice. Despite this suffering, workers persevere, driven by instinct, necessity, or hope that their toil might allow a sliver of security or future for themselves and their families. In these depths, work is more than occupation, it is survival, identity, and the only link to the fragile thread of life. In the shadows of the Hive's underlevels, law is little more than a concept, whispered of by those who have never seen justice. Here, survival is not granted by right but seized through cunning, strength, or alliance. Gangs dominate sectors, claiming territories marked by graffiti, broken structures, or stolen machinery. They trade in scraps, stolen food, illegal weapons, and contraband, creating a shadow economy that sustains millions living outside the sanctioned flow of the city. Violence is a constant backdrop, erupting without warning over a mislaid scrap heap or an insult in the narrow streets. Some gangs function like miniature governments, enforcing their own rules, collecting taxes, and meting out brutal punishment for disobedience. Corruption extends beyond gangs. Officials or administrators from the upper levels rarely descend, but when they do, they extract what they can, exploiting laborers and pocketing resources meant for the most desperate. The weak are preyed upon, yet cleverness and adaptability can offer protection. Scavengers learn to navigate the alleys with secrecy, avoiding gang patrols, setting traps, and using the maze-like structure of the Hive to their advantage. Children are not spared, many grow up understanding negotiation, deception, and intimidation before learning reading or writing. Amid this chaos, moments of cooperation emerge, neighbors pooling scraps, sharing water, or warning each other of danger, but these alliances are fragile, quickly dissolved by scarcity and fear. Crime is not just a choice, it is often the only means to survive. Corruption, violence, and exploitation are interwoven into the fabric of daily life, making trust a rare commodity. And yet, even here, ingenuity thrives. Residents find ways to survive, to trade, to navigate the shadows, demonstrating resilience in a system designed to oppress. The underlevels of the Hive are a microcosm of survival under extreme conditions, where morality bends to necessity, and the line between victim and predator is blurred, showing the Imperium's dark underbelly in stark relief. Even in the oppressive darkness of the Hive's lowest levels, the human need for hope endures, often taking the form of faith or superstition. Shrines, often crude constructions of scavenged metal, stone, or wood, dot the alleys and hidden courtyards. Candles flicker in shadowed corners, illuminating graffiti of the emperor, saints, or abstract symbols meant to ward off misfortune. Religion here is visceral, immediate, and intertwined with survival. For many, the emperor is not just a distant ruler but a protective presence, a beacon against the chaos that surrounds them. Rituals are small but significant, prayers whispered over a meal, offerings of scraps to ensure safety in the factories, or communal chants to mark the passage of seasons. Superstition thrives where knowledge is scarce and danger omnipresent. Objects are considered cursed or blessed, omens dictate actions, and warnings from elders carry weight beyond reason. Festivals, though rare, are celebrated with a mixture of solemnity and joy, offering temporary reprieve from the relentless grind. These acts of faith serve multiple purposes. They foster community, provide structure to chaotic lives, and offer psychological comfort in a world where control is scarce. Hope manifests not only through ritual but through small acts of kindness, sharing water with a sick neighbor, teaching a child to read from a tattered book, or protecting someone from gang retribution. Even the smallest glimmers of light, a shared meal, a healed injury, or a moment of laughter, become sacred. In these depths, hope is not naive, it is survival. The human spirit clings to belief as tenaciously as it clings to life itself. Faith and superstition are intertwined with identity and resilience, providing strength in the face of adversity. Through devotion, ritual, and the careful nurturing of trust, the residents of the lower levels carve meaning from a world that offers little, demonstrating that even in darkness, the heart of humanity continues to beat. Every day in the lower levels of the hive is a test of endurance, a negotiation with danger, deprivation, and despair. The basic necessities of life, food, water, and shelter, are never guaranteed. Residents rise before dawn, often before the faintest light from above filters through the layers, to navigate streets lined with rubble, waste, and the ever-present threat of collapse. Food is scarce, scavenged from refuse piles, traded in shadowed corners, or stolen from the careless. Contaminated water and tainted rations make illness a constant companion, and medical aid is almost non-existent. Survival requires vigilance. A misplaced step or a careless word can provoke violence from gangs, predatory adults, or desperate neighbors. Families organize themselves meticulously, rationing scraps, dividing labor, and protecting their weakest members as best they can. Children, who might in other worlds play and learn freely, instead navigate a miniature society of danger, earning their keep through work, scavenging, or barter. Despite this, human ingenuity persists. Residents craft shelters from debris, purify water using rudimentary methods, and establish networks of mutual aid. Trade, gossip, and bartering create a fragile social fabric that holds the community together. Every day is a negotiation with death, but each small victory, a full meal, a child's survival through illness, the repair of a dwelling, reinforces the tenuous claim to life. In these depths, the human experience is stripped to its essentials: struggle, adaptation, and the enduring desire to endure. The hive's underlevels reveal a society built not on prosperity or luxury, but on resilience and resourcefulness, where survival is both occupation and identity. Despite the brutality of their environment, the people persist, demonstrating that even when crushed by circumstance, humanity can endure, adapt, and find glimmers of hope in a world designed to break it. As the camera slowly pulls upward, rising from the shadowed depths of the hive to the distant gleaming spires above, the scale of the Imperium becomes painfully clear. The lives of those trapped in the lowest levels are invisible to the world above, their struggles hidden beneath layers of industry, stone, and smoke. Yet, despite the filth, danger, and constant threat of death, life persists. The residents endure because they must, clinging to scraps of hope, faith, and community in a world that offers little else. Every breath taken, every meal scavenged, every scrap of warmth shared, is a victory against the relentless machinery of the hive. In the Imperium, glory is often measured in conquest and power, but here, in the shadows, it is measured in survival. The resilience of these people, their ability to find meaning, connection, and endurance amid crushing adversity, is a testament to the human spirit. And though their existence may seem insignificant in the grand scale of the Imperium, their stories matter, echoing through the corridors of the hive like a quiet defiance. Life in the lowest levels is brutal, unyielding, and often cruel, but it is also stubborn, unbreakable, and profoundly human. As we leave these depths behind, rising once more toward the light, we are reminded that in the Imperium, the true cost of survival is often paid in silence, and that even in the darkest corners, humanity endures, unbowed, and ever resilient.